Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Enigmatica 2. So, today is 31st, so that would be New Year's Eve. I mean, basically New Year's morning. It's about 1 a.m. for me, 1:10, middle of my day. We have a couple of things planned. So, I was digging through the storage scanner, and apparently we got a singularity as a quest. You know, probably for a quest reward, because I didn't make one. Meanwhile, I had started doing the matter condenser thing, so we have 4,927 of that. I actually had this crazy plan involving, what's it called? Igneous extruder. So we're actually still going to make this. So we need one of these with tin. Do we have tin? I'm sure we have tin. We have tin. Ignore my mess. There. So you'll notice that we have upgraded the capacitor. We've changed the capacitors out. So this is a found capacitor. It's now holding a lot more stuff and is moving a lot faster. We did the same for this one. So when you read these, if you see it says, if you had to describe it, premium cooking, good explosive enhanced capacitor would be a bad name. So you go through and it kind of gives you a hint at what it does. This one is a good capacitor. It does cooking, you know, does explosive things. It's enhanced, whatever. If it says dud, it's garbage. That's pretty much the rule. So pull the tin out. Alright, so we'll put the cobble in there. Because we're kind of collecting gravel and sand. We need the sand, of course, to grind into silicon for that. But you know, I've got a couple of things over here that I'm kind of playing with. So let's pop the tin in here. We can put the iron in here for now. So this is not super necessary, but I'd like to do it anyway, because long term it could benefit us, if that makes any sense. So let's pull up some glass. We have a lot of this stuff. So now we need some iron. Do we not have any iron? Okay. Whatever. So let's pop some iron in here. So this is actually going a lot faster too than the basic. You may not realize it, but it totally is. So, right. Anyway, let's get back to some quests while we're waiting for that stuff to cook down. So, we're looking at better than Wi-Fi. We're looking at the wireless terminal and the wireless crafting terminal. And for these, we needed basically crystals. And this is going to, I don't know if it's here or not. Right. So tiny TNT. I've never actually, I don't remember. Well, I've made the tiny TNT. I just didn't remember what it was called. So that would be Certus. Let's make some gunpowder. Gunpowder. 1, 2. Do this. Nose. Is that nether quartz? Any quartz? Quartz. Quartz. Tiny TNT. So that should finish that part of the test. We're going to pop that down. Notice it's much smaller than the regular TNT. We're going to put a lever here because it's funny. And then we're going to drop a singularity. There. Okay, note to self. Need a bigger explosion, or at least put it in the same square. So let's do this. Did that do it? It did not. Maybe we specifically do need the tiny TNT. That's weird. I have been able to do it with the other stuff before. I have no idea why this isn't working. Because we should just be able to blow that up with the... Maybe it has to do with the dimension. So let's grab some TNT really quick. We've got our pressure plate. Got the singularity. There's this. We'll put some iron in here. So, Umber's Cave. Okay, that is very depressing. I have no idea why this is not working. This should totally work. Maybe it has mob griefing? No, it can't be mob griefing. So we'll try this one more time, and then I'm going to do some research. Pressure plate's gone now. Wait, that totally didn't work. Redstone, lever. Yeah, I don't know. That should totally be doing the thing. So we'll mess with that another time. If I have to. That is the process of doing it, I promise. If I have to, what I will do is I will investigate and then maybe cheat it in if necessary. I hope it will not be necessary. I would really prefer not to do that. So I made one of these because I thought I wanted to charge my illumination wand. Turns out you can't. And then I remembered that you can charge them here. So we actually Enter IO. Finished that quest, and that was completely accidental. I promise. Boron coin. Weird. We have a lot of those, though. So at this point, we now have some iron. And I should have showed you this while we were there. But one of the things that I have accomplished is so we have this. Do we have Invar in here? We'll make a guess that we do. So copper, copper, copper. We'll need one of these. So we need the Invar. Invar is nickel and iron. I think it's 2 iron to nickel. Won't let me do that. Well, it's fine. In a second it'll be done. Alloys only, so we want 2, 2, 1, 2. And Invar. So we'll grab that. So we know that the glass is an issue because of this. That's okay. We have glass. So now we have an igneous extruder. So that will accumulate that. We want cobblestone. We want configuration. Clear that. We want to output from the bottom. Or is that the bottom? I think that's the bottom. Into that. So we'll need a bucket of lava. How about water? Do we have water? Do we have buckets? Oh my gosh. So let's go somewhere where we can get lava. Nope. So, lava crevasse. So, some of you may recognize this area, some of you may not. So this is actually how we got into the Embers Cave in the first place. It's a real disaster zone, really. And I don't remember exactly where we came in, but I think that I fell down from up there. So that is actually an Embers dungeon thing. And I used to have a waypoint on it, but I don't anymore. But it's already been cleaned out. Oh look, it's a zombie. So let's go back to the storage. So now if we pop that in there, that should begin producing stone. Stone should be not accepting it. That's weird. Oh, there we go. That'll do it. So eventually this will fill up and this will give us more of these. So I don't know if there's a specific problem with this one because we got it from a quest. I won't know until we have the MBT data or another ones to copy. So we'll look into that later. But let me show you a thing. So I have written down all of the stuff that we need for each one. So eventually you'll notice that each of the tiers requires structure blocks 2 for tier 2, structure block 3 for tier 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5, 6 for 6, etc. So in order to make structure blocks, structure blocks, okay. Structure frame, maybe that's what it was. So in order to make the tier 6, we need 2 Aethium crystals, to make it, and a tier 5, which requires Ionite crystals, which requires Palladium crystals, which requires Chironite, which requires Erodium. And this is the tier 1. So we need, in the end, 184 Erodium crystals. So if we come over here to Erodium, we have 57. Now, I left the game running for about 6 hours, and I picked up 20 crystals in 6 hours. That is not fast. We actually need at least 64 for the next tier up. And one of the things that I have done is I made a, let me show you, the Erodium crystal, I made a magenta lens, so it bumps the percentage up to 12.79%. So it's about, I don't know, 1 in 8, 1 in 9 chance that you get a crystal instead of an ore or something. And so we'll have to go through and make each of these, we'll have to go up. Each of these tiers is going to require a rare crystal. And on top of that, we're going to be making nether stars. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but nether stars recipe. Rare urns. So it looks like we're going to be making nether stars the fun way, which is like via wither and stuff. If there's woot in here, we might end up using that. There's not, so we're probably going to be doing it the most exciting way that you can possibly think of, which is, automating wither killing. And then there's these guys. You may also notice that I have replaced some of our weapons. So we now have a katana instead of a sword. I've made a replacement mattock. I've made a replacement hammer. I've upgraded the shovel because we managed to keep the shovel because it was up here. So it's unbreakable. The mattock is unbreakable. The pickaxe is unbreakable. The hammer is unbreakable. And as I get more leveling on the hammer, I'm going to make it slightly faster. The katana, because I have to level it on mobs, is going to take a little bit longer, but it's reinforced 4. We're almost there. And when I hit stuff, and only on mobs, but there was a thing up in the corner up here, and I think that's a combination or damage multiplier, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, what was the other thing that I was looking at? So we've got the igneous extruder, and that's going to fill that up. So we did that. What else was the... So we were looking at the cell workbench. What did we need for the cell workbench? So we needed the calculation processor. So cell workbench. We'll take that one because 2 is the best. Pop that in here. So we have more of these. I'm trying to use up my food. This is all gift food. I've gotten it from quests and bags and stuff. So now we need to make the wireless terminal. So let's look at what the wireless terminal needs. So wireless terminal requires this. Requires this. Do we have the dense? Store energy. So we need to make these, which we need the quartz glass. So we need some Certus quartz. Something else needed Certus quartz. What needed Certus quartz? So at this point we have been collecting Certus quartz. Handy. Do we have... So we're going to need dust as well. So this is going to give us dust. And one more, and we can make our... There. Now we can make our glass. Just going to pull this out. Okay, so now we have that. So this is going to require some of these. So now we need fluix. How much fluix do we have? To that. So we need ground. We'll need 16. So 8 requires 4 requires 32. So now we have 8 of these. And wait. I think I actually moved most of these over. So do we not have a calculation processor in here? So we need annihilation core, formation core. And then we need a ME terminal, which requires an illuminate panel. Let's see if we've got any panels. Got one left. So that, now that. So that gives us this. Oh, do they need a linked one? Oh, no, it's done. So now we need to make the wireless crafting terminal, which requires that. We'll asynchronized. What's this? Crafting terminal, which would be that. And there. That should give us the quest. Sweet. So that gives us the wireless access point. We can just click that on there anywhere. Pop these cards in. Now it has a range of 24 meters. So this is unlinked and uncharged. So let's see, I think we need to so I'll have to play with this. I remember that there was a way to charge it. I think it needed a security terminal. So, ta-da. And to charge it, we can just pop it in here. And you can just watch the thing go up. So, like I said, that basically gives us this. This line is closed to us until I can figure out why that isn't working. And I still have no idea why I can't craft these. And portable cell, I think required... I think portable cell required more of this. The ME chest. Do we have the ME chest in here still? ME chest. So if we had 4 fluics. I know, I should be ending it right now. I have no willpower. It's Minecraft, what can I say? So that gives us this, and now we have this, which is charged fully. When that's empty, it should go into here, and now we have a charged one. Apparently this is like a backpack. Oh, that is like a backpack, but a giant backpack. That's kind of cool, actually. So the rest of it we can worry about later. I mean, there's 2 quests here, 2 here, and then the 1 here. So we'll worry about these when I can arrange it. I guess it's a good time to call it. If you like the episode, leave a like. If you don't like the episode, don't leave a like. Simple as that. Hopefully we don't have to wait too much longer for our rhodium. We need 5 more basically, so we'll probably have that by the next episode, I hope, depending on how long my off-camera work takes. Yeah, so question, comments, concerns can all go below. You folks have a great night and a happy new year. If you celebrate the solar new year rather than the lunar new year. I guess it's a solar new year. I've never really thought about it. Have a good night.